Now, bringing you the very best in New Hampshire-based local music on IPMNation.com and 100.1 The Planet, this is Local Outbreak.
Distress is what I do best, 'cause I know where all the knives are, 'cause I know where all the knives are. Unfinished business has already left its scars, 'cause I know where all the knives are, 'cause I know where all the knives are. Summoning spirits, oh, oh. Picture my thoughts in the lyrics. Picture my thoughts in the lyrics. Don't let them harm you, bend you, break you. If they only knew your enemies lie within you. I held them close and kept them my secret. Now I know where all the knives are. Now I know where all the knives are. Adrenaline, taste it, it's my territory, I'll stake it, oh, whoa. Now I know where all the knives are. Whoa. Now I know where all the knives are.
I do love that song. That gets stuck in my head ever since the last time we had Kate Shimke from Darling Hill here with us in studio. So Tyler Allgood is here. Also, Kate Shimke is here. Welcome back.
Hello. Good morning.
And why don't you go ahead and introduce? You brought some associates with you. And
Yes, I like that
and then
word.
We'll get into. We have a lot to talk about today. Lots of good stuff happening.
My associates.
Yes.
Well, to my right is my partner in life, Aaron Derman. He's also my musical partner. He performs with me in Darling Hill.
Hello, Aaron. Welcome to the show.
Hello.
And then I have on my left, Nicholas DeChico. He's been like I call him my ride or die, left-hand man, I guess.
Okay.
For the past 10 years, he's kind of helped me grow our music community. He's done a lot of sound support.
Oh, very cool.
And lighting support and probably a lot of unbilled therapy. Yeah, and so they both also work in audio. So Aaron works for Earthworks Audio, which is a really, pretty popular high definition microphone company. And Nick, if you don't mind me saying, works for Upstream Sound, which provides a lot of light and sound support for venues and festivals up and down the East Coast.
Oh, very cool, very cool. And so now, why have you brought? Let's get right to the really exciting part. Why have you brought everyone? Why have you brought all these people here with you today?
Well, I kind of want to shed a light on the people behind the scenes of music. I think that, I'm a musician, and we started our own music community in our backyard. Aaron and I live on a land trust. It's about 100 acres of nature that we live on, and we built a small stage about 10 years ago, and I would literally go into every bar and meet local musicians and kind of ride on the coattails of my husband's job and just say, my husband works for Earthworks. We got some great gear to play with at home. Would you like to come play with us? And we'll put you on our stage and host you at house concerts or recording sessions.
Yeah.
So we've been doing that for about 8 years, but, a lot of things have changed over the years, and here we are now in 2025, and I've got an art studio in Wilton, and it's fairly small, but I kind of want to work with a room that's small and intimate and really give musicians an opportunity to share their original music in a setting that's not bombarded with like a bar scene or too much alcohol or a house party that's too loud, like a nice back and forth between the audience and the musician to share, their music in a way that's more conducive to like a grassroots vibe. You can support the artist directly. You can buy their merch. We don't really take a cut. So in order to do that, I need a lot of support. I need sound support. I need, I do a lot of the managing of it and the networking. But when it comes down to the day of, Nick's very good at implementing the gear. Aaron understands it given his background. So, yeah, this is our first time being indoors. We've been doing it outdoors.
Oh, okay.
Out of our backyard for, like I said, 8 years. We've had as little as like 20 people show up, and we've had as much as like 150 to 200 in one day. I think the most we ever hosted was 18 bands in one day.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Wow. that's a long event.
We did it though, and some of the bands I see here on your show. So
yeah,
I'm excited to announce our spring lineup in our listening room.
Yep.
It's only 20 seats, so I only have to manage.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I only have to manage 20 people. Where before it was like I just had like this huge landscape of, rando people just showing up.
Right.
So now this is a little more condensed. So
it sounds like a perfect scenario for if, say, someone is releasing an album and they just want to do,
right.
They want to do something where, you can do. People have these release parties. People have been doing that forever. But if you have like a CD release party at a bar or something, then you run into that thing where a lot of the people who are there, they aren't there for the release party. They're there to drink, and you're kind of the background music. But this sounds like it's perfect for people who really very intently want to listen to. They're there specifically for that.
Correct.
For that purpose. It reminds me of years ago, I worked for a long time. I worked for, it became FYE, but it used to be, do you all remember Strawberries? Yes. Yeah. And I worked for them, and we would do these, sometimes they would, like the store managers would go to Boston for a release party for an up and coming artist who we were going to be carrying their music in our stores. And it was very much, there would be alcohol there and whatnot, but, but it was very much, you're not there to drink. You're there specifically. Right. And of course, people were watching us too because it was a company thing, but we were there specifically to pay attention to the music and this artist and learn about them and the album that was coming out that we were going to be selling. And it was very focused on that. But, was this always kind of the goal? Like when you started doing these, because I think the first time that you were on the show, you had talked about that, how these were outdoor events.
Yes.
Was it always the goal to do something inside?
It was always, I'd get frustrated with the New England weather.
Yes.
And I don't pay a guarantee, so I'm very transparent about that. We do all this because we love to do it, but we also don't have a lot of money to pay people. So there's this reciprocity, this understanding that if they want as bad as I do, we got to promote together and all that. But the second the weather messes things up, it's like having to start that all over again was really frustrating. And I stopped doing it out of my home for personal reasons. I was getting tired of opening my sanctuary, so to speak, to so many people and doing it for so long. And I was like, man, I really want a smaller space or a space that has a roof on it. So I looked at my studio one day. I mean, we've had this art studio probably as long as we've been doing. It was called Hippie Hollow. That's what it was called. It was Hippie Hollow House Concerts.
Okay.
And he'd whip out his microphones and we'd record people live. And I just started noticing, instead of like being a recording studio, I should just be hosting house concerts.
Right.
Just more nurturing, more opportunity there, and less work for me.
Right.
So yeah, doing it in the studio, I just had this epiphany. I'm like, screw it. I don't care if it's not big enough. It's got a roof on it. So I rearranged the entire storefront to accommodate 20 chairs. I said, if I can get 20 chairs in, I mean, we can have a donation of $10 or a donation of $40, depending on the artist.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Very cool.
Yeah.
Now, what's Tyler's involvement?
Tyler, so winter was coming, and it was really jonesing for doing a show. I was like, I want to do this at my home, because you got to walk down a trail just to get to my house.
Yeah.
So I was shooting the crap with Tyler, and I was like, I need somebody that can trust that I'm going to put in enough work to make this happen. And he's been a great collaborator with me in the past.
Excellent.
So I loved the band. He was in the White Mountain Rounders. It's a great uplifting vibe in the middle of the winter.
Yeah.
So him and his boys got together and gave me a chance. And even though the weather worked against us, I still think it was a great turnout.
Excellent.
So he's coming back next week to do his solo.
Oh, excellent.
Yeah.
When is that next week?
February 16th.
February 16th. Very good. Very good. Actually, is that how we met? Is that how we connected with you, Tyler? Was through Kate originally?
I think so.
I think so. Yeah.
think
Yeah.
I sent a couple people here.
You did. Yeah.
I sent my cousin Tommy here. I sent Paul
Oh,
here.
right. Tom Russo. Yeah. Yeah. He's been on a few times now. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's amazing. Yeah.
Can't get rid of us once we get in.
No, that's great. That's great. And Tyler, I love that song, as you know, All Night Dreams, the new single. For those of you watching the video feed, you might see Tyler is holding a guitar. I'm dying to hear you play. Do you want to play something, and then we'll talk a little bit more about everything that's going on?
That sounds good. Sure.
Do you want to play? Do you want to play All Night Dreams live? Or
I guess I'll do an acoustic version of All Night Dreams.
Very cool. Very
Since
cool.
it's here now, it comes out on Valentine's Day. So at midnight, Friday night there, Valentine's Day, it'll be available for everybody. And you guys got to hear it. It's got the slide, the harmonica, but we'll give you an acoustic version.
Oh, very cool. If you're just joining us, here he is, Tyler Allgood, an acoustic live rendition of All Night Dreams here in studio.
Can't get you out of my mind. It hurts and I'm still trying. Oh, night dreams. I can't get you out of my mind. I screwed up and lied. Now you wanna run and hide. All night dreams. Won't you come into my reality? All night dreams. Please help. Come make this man out of me. And I can't get you out of my mind. My thoughts are twisted and tied. I wish I had made the best of our time. This fool has done a lot of hurt. This fool has done a lot of dirt. And now this fool wishes to take your pain away. All night dreams. Won't you come come save my personality. All night dreams, please help come make this man out of me. Get you out of my mind. Maybe it's 'cause you're so kind. A beautiful girl, smart and nice. And it's 'cause I wasn't ready and I fled the scene. But I want you to know we share the same dream. All night dreams. Won't you come into my reality? All night dreams. Please help come make this man out of me. All night dreams, all night dreams, all night dreams, all night dreams. I can't get you out of my mind. All night dreams. I can't get you out of my mind. All night dreams.
I do love that song so much. That is so cool. That is so cool. If you are just joining us, that was Tyler Allgood playing his new single, All Night Dreams, which we premiered earlier in the show, the studio version, but that's Tyler doing it live, and that sounds great. And of course, we have Kate Shimke and Aaron and Nick talking about the listening room, and of course, Tyler involved in that as well. And this is, you're getting some love in the chat room. You all are, actually. So Megan D is in the chat. She says, so excited for the listening room in Wilton. And she also said, Tyler Allgood is awesome. Check it out. And she gave you some applause there, Tyler.
Love Megan so much. Thanks, Megan.
Absolutely. And also Miriam Banish is in the chat and says, good morning. Hello, Miriam. Yeah, so the listening room. So now, what is the first, you probably told us this already, but when is the first official event?
So we actually had it already. On January 31st, the White Mountain Rounders came, which was a band that Tyler's in. And
okay.
We also had the pleasure of Josh Blair from Modern Fools opening for them.
Oh, yeah. We just had Modern Fools on. They were amazing.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that was a great set. Both bands did great. We got to finally see the lighting and hear the sound.
Oh, you've got the hat.
You've got the hat.
Yeah.
Nick's wearing the hat. Yeah.
It was a funny thing. Josh showed up with his suitcase of merch.
Yeah.
And he's, I guess, had this suitcase since like the 90s, and he's always used it to carry his merch. And when he showed up, it was locked, and he didn't know the code.
Oh, no.
So Aaron got the drill and was able, this is why I keep him around. He was able to break into the Modern Fools merch suitcase, and we were able to sell the merch.
Oh, that's great.
It's a fun little kink in the event there. But our next event is with Tyler Allgood, obviously. He's going to come back and share his his solo work, and then
Yeah.
I'll just say it now because I told people I would do the spring lineup. So,
Yeah. Oh, please. Yeah.
in March we got Quincy Lord coming.
Oh, yeah. We
So-
just had him on. He's amazing.
Yeah, I'm really excited.
Is it him by himself or with Sunset
We
Electric?
were literally just talking about that before we got on air. We're trying to figure out if we could see our space is small. So yes, I want the whole band, but
Yeah.
can I fit the whole band? We're going to find out. So if Quincy is listening, I'm going to call you after the show. I'm going to tell you, let's try it. Let's try to cram the band in there.
Yeah.
You know, I was like, why not try it with Quincy? Like, I don't know, whole drum kit. Let's find out.
Yeah.
And then in April, I have Temple Mountain coming. I know he's been here.
Awesome. Yeah.
So he's collaborating with Cat Ivy, who is a new name.
Oh yeah, I think Cat Ivy. We have
Mm-hmm.
don't we have Cat Ivy coming up, Jenny? I think we have Cat Ivy. Eric's been on the show a bunch, of course.
Yep.
Temple Mountain.
think so. I have to double check.
Yeah.
I think so, or it's in the works. Yeah,
So he's got her coming with him in April,
yeah.
and then Rebecca Tormel
Oh yeah,
in May,
excellent.
and Eyes of Age in June. And I don't know if you know who David Young is.
No, and I don't know Eyes of Age.
So they David Young does a lot of organizing for the Hancock Depot, which is in Hancock.
Okay.
And he does similar things that I'd like to do, which is host like listening room type events. You
Yeah.
can come, it's donation based, and he does it out of a historic railroad station.
Okay.
And they have a band. He has a band called Eyes of Age, and so he came to the show and really liked what he saw. So he wants to be a part of what we're doing.
Oh.
Put his band in the listening room.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very good.
So I'm excited about that. I got the summer. I'm working on the summer, fall, winter. I was absolutely shocked. Every day I wake up to messages in my email asking me about availability.
Yeah.
Since I've announced this not even a month ago. So
Megan knows Eyes of Age.
Yes.
She said in the chat room, love, love, love Eyes of Age. I'll have to check them out. Yeah.
yep. So they're coming in June.
Okay.
Yep.
And by the way, Miriam said I continued humming that last song after it ended. I think that's a good thing. So there you go.
Right? It gets into your brain. It's a great
Oh
song.
yeah.
And actually, Kat will be with us next week.
Okay.
Next week.
Great.
Okay. I thought so. Yeah.
Great. Well, she'll be coming to me in what did I say, April? I can't remember. In the spring.
Yeah. In the spring.
That's a good problem to
I'm
have.
I'm in the middle of making the flyer, so I did want to give a shout out to one more person, my girl Victoria from Eye of Ethereal. She owns a tattoo shop in Nashua, but she's taken the time to do some pro bono graphic design for our listening room. So you're going to see more of our little skeleton walking around in musical landscapes as we continue our social media campaign.
Oh, very cool.
Victoria did my logo and cover art as well.
So she's kind of branching out from the ink and skin and doing things with musicians.
Yeah. No, that's cool.
Eye of Ethereal in Nashua.
Okay. Now I'm curious about I was curious about that too. The logo, like why the skeleton? Because I see the skeleton. I think like death metal or something.
Yeah, I think we will.
I didn't really think that. I'm kidding.
Prayers
but I am curious.
I think it had to do with the nature concept, like the
Oh, okay.
like, and we're both creepy girls. We like creep. Like I got a skull on my arm, right? Like, so she's like, "How about we just came up with all these ideas, and for some reason we call him Scully, and
Okay.
now we have all these different ideas as to how we're going to promote each musician with this little skull character.
Yeah.
He's always going to be in nature as well,
Oh, okay. Okay, that makes sense.
because my studio is called Prayers of Nature.
Okay.
Listening room at Prayers of Nature is like really long-winded, so we
That's-
just call
that-
it the listening room. For
Okay.
sure.
But the
Yeah.
official name is the Listening Room at Prayers of Nature.
Correct.
Now, why Prayers of Nature? What's the origin of that?
Aaron's mother was an artist. She made flower mandalas, beautiful flower mandalas. And so our studio, when you walk in, it is unlike anything else you've probably seen. It's got chandeliers we got hanging from like a big mill building.
Okay.
And then we got like plants and flower mandalas everywhere. And
what is? I don't know what a mandala.
it's like a Buddhist image. You've probably seen it. You just didn't know you've seen
Yeah.
it. It's a circular image.
Okay.
And it's usually made with like sand and seeds and things like that. But his mother made them with flowers.
Okay.
And she made over 125 of them.
Oh.
That is
we-
so cool.
We have a lot of them in our studio. Yeah, we've had them in some galleries and stuff. So Aaron also is a jeweler. When he's not making microphones for Earthworks, he's making jewelry. It's all inspired by nature. We have a lot of nature themes in our shop, crystals, all sorts of
Oh.
things
My
like
mother
that.
used to say the flowers are the prayers of nature.
The flowers are the
flowers
prayers.
are the prayers of nature. Okay.
Yes, and I actually think our musical experience are similar to a mandala. So when you create a mandala, it's about the experience of making it, not necessarily about what the outcome looks like.
Mm-hmm.
And then when you're done with the mandala, you're supposed to destroy it to release yourself from attachments.
Oh.
So whenever we set up for a show, whenever Nick's setting up the lighting gear, the sound gear, and like we're getting the chairs all set, I know that this isn't going to stay this way. People are going to show up and they're going to experience the music, and then they're going to leave and we're going to break it all down again.
Yeah.
So I actually found a cohesive way to like tie it all in. So we're sharing an experience in every event that's not going to last long, kind of like a mandala.
Oh, okay, I get it.
There it is.
Yeah, that's cool. That's
But
cool.
one cool thing too, I just want to point out, and I don't know if Aaron's going to talk about it, but we do use all Earthworks microphones.
Okay.
So between him and Nick, they know how to. They're, can you explain the difference between like a standard microphone and like what Earthworks does?
Yeah, please.
Well, the beauty is in the sound, of course.
Yeah,
You have to hear it to understand it.
Yeah.
I'm not currently talking to an Earthworks microphone.
No. No, you're not.
They're high definition, right?
They're time coherent. They preserve the transient responses and sounds in a way that no other microphone does.
Okay. Okay.
And they have excellent polar responses.
Okay.
Nice off-axis rejection.
Okay.
We put a lot of love into our microphones.
Okay. Excellent. Excellent. Based, where is Earthworks based?
Earthworks is
Right here.
based in Wilton, New Hampshire.
In Wilton. Okay.
It's like literally 3 minutes down the road from our art studio.
Oh, no kidding.
It's pretty great.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
And then, so do you work there too, Nick, or
I do not work at Earthworks.
you do not?
I'm more of a freelance audio engineer.
Okay.
I work for a couple different companies, but
Yeah.
also work with Kate here. Used Earthwork microphones. I can I would concur with what Aaron is saying about their. I've never put them in front of something and it not work.
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know, and that's a great thing when
Yeah.
when a musician or a band brings you their image, their art, and you want to faithfully recreate that for them. Putting the microphones are your first tool. Like as
Yes.
a framer, the first thing is the nail and the hammer. And the wood that goes together. So it's like when you know that your tool is going to be good and true and straight, that makes a huge difference.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. So that's obviously what you use at the listening.
Yeah, there's different models for different applications.
They use the 117s, the vocal microphones.
Yeah.
Right. And then there's a couple other things floating around in there, like some Omnis and some instrument microphones, and every band's a little different too. Some DIs sitting on the floor. I don't think does Earthworks make DIs or mic preamps? I don't think that's something
We
they
used
do.
to make preamps. We don't do that anymore.
Oh, okay.
We had a saying, like wire with gain. We had these amazing 1021, 1022, and 1024 series preamps.
Yeah.
But they're very expensive to manufacture.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Gotcha.
They have brought the price down in a lot of their products. So people are really used to seeing a high price tag associated with Earthworks, but they've started to make them more consumer friendly. More musicians can independently buy them now.
Okay.
As before it was like quite an investment. So they recognize that. And so their vocal mic, which I've used a lot, I'm a big fan of, and I think it's only like $200 to $300.
Yeah, we got that down to $200.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Not bad.
that's definitely the last couple of years. I've seen them on festival stages more often.
Really,
yeah?
yeah?
Yeah. That's,
Yeah, you might want to replace these RE20s for some ethos.
Right. Yeah.
I recommend the
A little
ethos.
salesman moment
Yeah.
going on.
There you go. Yeah. No, I respect
make
it.
the plug.
I respect it. Now, is the goal to have an event every weekend at the listening
Right now,
room,
I'm
or
just shooting for once a month.
once a month?
Yeah,
Yeah.
because I when it's not a music room, I use it for workshops and other events within the art community.
Okay.
So I am using it, to its full capacity at this point. So
Yeah.
people can go to prayersofnature.com and it will show them a lot of our art, but there is a page for the listening room.
Okay.
And they just go to there, and eventually after today, I'm going to have most of the events listed, and they range from a $10 donation to a $40 donation. Like I said,
Yeah.
that's up to the artist. I try to empower the artist more. I'm like, this is your space. You can use it. These are the options.
Yeah.
And I let them curate their own experience.
Okay.
So I let them pick their opener. I'll let them pick who they want, unless they run out of ideas, So I'll make suggestions. But typically it's like, that's the deal, and we don't take a cut unless the room sells out.
Okay.
So, and it's only 20 chairs. So,
Right.
and we don't take much of a cut anyway.
Well, I was going to say, most likely the room is going to sell out. It's
I hope
20
so.
20
Yeah, let's
seats, yeah.
see. And I hope after a year we get a built-in audience, because I
Yeah.
know it's half the battle is the venue needs to bring an audience.
Yeah.
And so I got my art enthusiasts already. Some of them are music enthusiasts, and Wilton actually is a very enthusiastic town for music. It's a small town, but they have
I was curious about that actually
Yeah.
because it occurred to me as we're sitting here. I don't know much about Wilton.
It's like I call it between a mix of an Adam Sandler and Stephen King film. And
Yeah.
it's like the same. It's like kind of creepy but kind of cute, and
Yeah.
it's got that New England crunch. It still has like that downtown village vibe to it.
Yeah.
There's several little nooks and crannies there where you can hear live music, and I'm hoping to become one that's fairly popular for people to go to.
Yeah. Yeah. Awesome. You mentioned the shop too. So tell us about that.
Our shop,
Yeah.
like our art studio.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's it's for the hippies, it's for the metaphysical weirdos,
Yeah.
it's for the people that like voodoo dolls, and it's part of an entire art mill, believe it or not. There's about 30 studios in the mill. So
Okay.
I'm one of the few that's actually open to the public.
Oh,
And when
okay.
you can you can stock up on crystals, sage, Palo Santo, handmade jewelry by Aaron. I got voodoo dolls that I gifted Jen, and I'll host workshops as well, like craft workshops. I'll get other crafters in there and they can host like a wire wrap class or like I think I'm doing a needle felting class after today. Like,
Oh, no kidding.
yeah. So it's a good creative space, which I'm like, why aren't we putting music in here? Why don't we share this with musicians? Give them a studio for the evening.
Right.
So to me, it's just falling right in line with creativity and art, and we're essentially just sharing the studio.
Yeah. Yeah.
So and the artists on that floor are all very excited about it. So they're thinking of opening their studios on the nights we have these events.
Yeah.
Which I'm not like twisting their arm about, like it's
That's a great idea.
yeah.
though,
There's
right?
like actually a guy that moved in right next door. He does comic books, scale models, action figures. So I love that. I love the nerd in
Yeah.
me. Got real excited. So hopefully some of these events we can get the artists around me to also open up their studio spaces.
That's a great idea.
I have the whole hallway open up for like people can BYOB. I don't mind if people bring a 6-pack or a bottle of wine and
Sure.
enjoy themselves. And then we put like puzzles and let people do puzzles. And there's a merch table.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes. We just started. So.
Yeah. No, it's a great idea. You said there's like 30 different art studios in that building?
Yeah, the
Wow.
building. Yeah,
No kidding.
yeah.
Huh.
There's a lot of painters, a lot of photographers. There's a miniature artist. She does everything in miniature.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Yeah.
You
So
can take silversmithing classes.
there's
so-
silversmithing classes.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Is it in downtown Wilton?
Kind of. It's like it's off of the main street and it's down by the river. So it's called Riverview Mill.
Okay. Okay. Megan says Kate's passion for art, music, and the community is incredible.
So I used to book Megan, or I didn't book her. I booked a couple craft fairs that I
Oh.
worked with her.
Oh, okay.
I had the pleasure of watching her work with her own community of people. She has quite a fan base herself.
Yeah.
For her tie dye.
Oh, yeah.
Which I noticed right away at these shows. We would be vending at the Range in Mason, which is a great venue,
Yeah.
great outdoor venue, and Nick does sound for them actually.
Oh, okay. Okay, cool.
And I think Tyler, maybe you've played there. I know
I've played
Yeah,
there.
it's
I've played
a great
there a bunch.
Yeah.
It's a great local, place to play. And so I remember Megan, because there's like, when you do craft fairs, there's always a tie-dye person. There's always a soap maker. There's always like a crystal dealer. And she was probably the most popular tie-dye crafter
cool.
I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Like people lined up to come to her booth. And,
Yeah. Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
that's awesome.
and her energy's great. Mhm.
Absolutely. Miriam says, I like Wilton. The Wilton Town Hall movie theater is super
Yes.
Yes.
Yes,
that
it
cool. Is it?
That's epic. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
They play all sorts of like classic film and it's usually free.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Yeah, it's an old school theater. Yeah, it's nice.
Oh, wow. Oh, that's very cool. That's very cool.
They'll do like a UFO day where they play all sci-fi, like vintage sci-fi.
Oh, really?
And all the UFO people come and, get weird in Wilton.
Oh, very cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you're just joining us here, so we have Kate Shimke, and of course we have Aaron and Nick talking about the listening room at Prayers of Nature. Did I get it right?
You got it right.
I got it right. And Tyler Allgood is here with us as well. He's connected with it, and he played. Tyler, I don't mean to put you on the spot, but I'm selfish. Do you want to play another one?
Yeah, sure.
You sound so good, man. I know we had only talked about playing one, but I can't help myself. Tyler Allgood is here as well. So if you missed it earlier, he played live for us in studio his new single, All Night Dreams. But what are you going to play for us now, Tyler?
So I am going to play the title track off of my latest album, Of Love, which is what we're celebrating next Sunday on February 16th.
Okay.
We're celebrating this album. We're celebrating my single, All Night Dreams, that comes out on Valentine's Day. And then we're also celebrating merch. I got my first batch of T-shirts, stickers, posters, and another CD. I've done the CDs before, but having my very first shirt.
Oh, cool.
My new logo, and yeah, it's really exciting. So.
And the album, I assume it'll be on all the streaming platforms and everything.
It is. I released the album in April.
Oh, the album is out. Okay.
We just haven't celebrated it yet.
Oh, interesting. Okay, I gotcha.
So, but we have the single "All Night Dreams" on Valentine's Day. The merch is finally here, and I have a song coming out after "All Night Dreams" as well.
Oh, cool.
Pretty soon here. So.
Okay.
But this will be "Of Love," the title track. To the album released in April. The album's called Of Love. This is the song Of Love.
All right.
My heart's all beat up, but you know that. We tangle the web into our backs, even though we call a truce from the start. Doesn't mean my heart is your target to punch. Of love, you punch in love. September moon never spoke so loud, with the screaming stars and no one around. But you'll come in when you're needing love, then you're gone when push comes to shove. In love, you punch of love, you punch. Now we have nothing left, but you call me again, like I would forget those words, you can have them back. Take them all away and bury them down in my loaded grave, where my heart resides with the shattered brain. Do I lay right down, Lord, can I leave this place? My heart's all beat up, but you know that. We tangle web all through our backs, even though we called the truce from the start. Doesn't mean my heart is your target to punch. Of love, you punch in love.
Oh my God, I love it. I love it. That was Tyler Allgood performing live. What's that called again, Tyler?
Of Love.
Of Love. Very, very cool. Performing live for us. And of course, we have Kate Shimke with us of Darling Hill. We should talk about that too. What's new there? Have you been recording anything new? Or
I've been doing a lot of practicing. I've had a lot of dental surgeries.
Oh, you have? Yeah.
Yeah, they've been very unpredictable, so I have been hesitant to book. But I am happy to say we did get asked to play at Nova Arts in Keene on February 27th. So I'm opening I forget the woman's name. I feel like such a jerk. But I was just so enamored that I finally got to play there. I'll just be honest, because it's such a great venue. If you go all the way up to Keene, it's called Nova Arts on Emerald Street. You know,
yeah, I've been hearing about.
oh, it's a
Nova
great
Arts.
venue.
Yeah.
So I immediately, I didn't even know who I was opening. I said yes. I was like, yes, I'll do it. You know?
Yeah.
So I'm excited about that. Aaron and I've been practicing a lot at home, and I kind of, I'll be honest with you, when I started the listening room, I kind of wanted to have a place for Darling Hill to play.
Yeah.
If I got too scared to play, I get stage fright so bad. So
Really?
I'm like, I don't mind talking, but the second I start like performing and like sharing my emotions openly, I get all guarded about it. But so I was like, if I do it in my own space, I'm more inclined to feel comfortable and like have these little training wheels, you know. So I booked myself.
Yeah.
But not till October.
Oh, okay.
But I am playing Nova Arts in Keene, and Hancock Depot actually asked me to play a feature in August. So I'm kind of sporadic because I go through a lot of surgeries at the moment.
Oh, yeah.
So I have to like be tactful about who I say yes to. But you can find our music on all streaming platforms, and I am online, you know, Instagram and Facebook. I'll share a couple pictures of me playing the piano with the cats fighting in the background, or, you know, every once in a while I'll bang something out and share it. So I'm not completely gone. I just when we conclude the segment, we'll play another. You sent me another song that we hadn't played before, I don't think. On the last time you were on bus number 2, which is really interesting. I recorded that in Nashville, but before I recorded it in Nashville, I actually recorded it at home. And Nick actually during the lockdowns got a hold of some nice cameras. You did, and he's like, let's, you know, there's nothing going on, everything was shut down, so we do have a music video for bus number 2.
Oh, there is. Okay.
On, if you just Google or go to YouTube, bus number 2, Darling Hill.
Oh,
and the song was in homage to a friend of mine in high school who passed away from a gun accident.
Okay.
So it was a song about going on the bus and sitting next to my crush, and then one day I got on the bus and my crush wasn't there.
Yeah.
So that's what that song is, kind of sad, but it sounds happy, but it's actually sad.
Yeah. It ends up sad. It starts out happy and it ends up.
But I was happy to do it. It felt good. It was one of those songs that just came out. I was actually trying to write a love song I wanted to write a love song about Aaron. To this day, I have not written one, and it's driving me nuts.
Oh.
And I could compare my love for him to like the purity of my first crush. And what ended up happening was I ended up writing about my first crush.
Oh. Now, how do you feel about that, Aaron?
I'm okay with it.
You're okay with it? Okay.
He's like the most...
I had a first crush, too.
Okay. All right.
We'll get there. We'll write a song about each other. So I guess we have to break up in order for that to happen.
Oh, no.
So it's okay if we haven't made one yet.
There you go. There you go. So we should remind people, too, we should circle back to the listening room at Prayers of Nature.
Yep. You go to prayersofnature.com.
Okay.
Go to prayersofnature.com and you'll find the page there.
Okay.
And we are on Instagram and Facebook.
Yeah.
And we just created a YouTube channel. I haven't put anything on it yet, but it's created. So we're hoping to take content and put that on YouTube as well.
Well, I was curious about that too, because the events that you're having there are so unique and special. Are you going to, is the plan to record all of them and then put them online? Is that?
And to a certain extent, because there's like, when musician comes in, it's like, I mean, for a decade, every band that I've ever mixed, I've just taken a left, right off the board as like an archive.
Yeah.
Like, this is my portfolio. It's the closest thing I get to it in a certain way. But at the same time, it's like there's no reason I can't pass that off to an artist, right? But also at the same time, we're in the world of digital mixing, and everywhere you go in major venues and festivals, and even myself, I run around with a digital console, hook a laptop up. You've got a record. Even right now, you know, I'm working in the background for Modern Fools they played at the Bank in New Hampshire, Concord Center of the Arts stage. It's such a long it's the NHCC or whatever. Anyways,
I know. Yeah.
But I've been working on their multi-track, and so the same thing when it comes to someone coming in the listening room, like Kate saying, it's always a unique experience. Mm-hmm. Every artist is different, and so when they come in, it's like give them that. Be able to give them something in return.
We may not be able to give them a guarantee, but we can create some decent content for them.
Right.
Yeah,
whether it be some pictures or some video, or, you know, a band that gets to have a recording of themselves that may not have had that before,
right.
or you know, or something. And just if those kinds of things becoming just the next layer of accessible.
Yeah.
That's I think at least my goal when it comes to, it's like, I'm just doing my thing, but at the same time, it's like, I have the ability to pass that off, you know, and that's what I want to be able to do.
Yeah.
with an artist that comes in. It's like talking about like Quincy Lord and Sunset Electric, in a situation like that. It's like, it is relatively as easy as me hitting spacebar and record and now here's a multi-track recording of your live show.
Right.
That, if put some work into it, maybe becomes a live album release, or something like that of a listening room, a quiet, intimate thing where people are going to be engaged with your music, and it's like, can't tell you how many crowd mics I've listened to while a band's playing. You can just hear everybody talking and having their own conversation, not listening to the band, and it's like, that's no fun.
Yeah.
But so there's, I without talking in circles, I think I conveyed myself. Or answered your question at least.
Yeah, we're going to do a YouTube channel.
yeah. So it's like, YouTube coming, streaming and stuff. So that's something we've definitely talked about, is like, what is the aspect of like streaming it? Cameras, audio, all the things,
right.
Making sure is that something I can manage, or is it, we need someone else to come in and help me do other things, and then you start breaking into a different conversation.
I anticipate things will evolve over time. We'll figure out what works, what doesn't work, what's worth our time, what isn't. So,
no doubt. Yeah. No, I think it's cool though to do that, because it's like I said, it's such a cool and unique thing. It would be a shame not to have a record of it, and it helps everybody. It helps the artist, it helps the listening room, it helps you, Nick, with your, like you said, with your portfolio. Everybody benefits from that. So I think that's cool. I don't know if any of you remember the Sad Cafe. It was a place in Plastow. It was an all ages room, and
they had like jazz open mics and stuff.
They did all kinds of stuff there, but they would actually give you they would record you and they'd give you a CD at the end of the night. And I played there a lot. This was like 20 years ago, but a couple different bands I was in, we played there a lot. But it was always, and it was cool that they gave you a CD at the end of the night, but it was very, very mixed results depending on, who was working the board.
Because you're kind of flying by the seat of your pants too. It's not the studio. You kind of just got to wing it to some extent.
Yeah. So there was some really good recordings that came out of there, and some where it's like, I might as well take this CD and throw it in the trash. But I think it's cool that you're going to do that at the listening room. Yeah, it only makes sense. Now, when is the next one? When's the next?
February 16th.
February 16th.
We're going to have Tyler come.
And that's so that's going to be
Sunday,
Tyler All Good.
Sunday, 6:00.
Week from Sunday,
that's coming
6 o'clock.
Coming right up. Yeah.
Yes. So I have a friend of mine. Named Jaden Arpin who is opening the show, and I met her a couple times in Milford. Watched her playing some open mics or something, and she has just an amazing voice, an incredible writer. So she popped into my head last minute. I saw if she was available. She's going to be opening the show.
Excellent.
I will have my bluegrass band playing probably 4 or 5 songs, and that's White Mountain Rounders. We just released our 4-song EP.
Oh, wow.
We're going to have CDs next week. So we're out and about, and they're going to come play a few songs for that show. Then I haven't run it by my sound crew, but I might have a little soft jazz drummer with me.
Oh, okay.
For a big portion of the set.
Oh, very cool.
Because I am playing with him tonight at Rude Awakening Kava Bar in Nashua from 8 to 11.
Okay.
We've jammed once before. It went so well, so we're throwing this show together tonight. Should go well. He's a great drummer. So
okay. Yeah, so if you're listening live on Saturday, so that is tonight, 8 to 11?
Yep.
At Rude Awakening?
Rude Awakening Kava Bar in Nashua.
Rude Awakening Kava Bar. Okay, very cool. Yeah. That's awesome. And then so the 16th will be at the listening room.
Next Sunday, February 16th,
February
6 o'clock. Please order your tickets at prayersofnature.com.
And you can get a fan bundle option if you would like to upgrade your ticket. You can purchase a fan bundle, which will include all the merch. So you get a seat and we don't turn people away. If all the seats sell, it's okay. You still show up, and we'll take you in at the door at like half the price is kind of the deal.
Oh, okay.
We're still working on those kinks, trying to figure out what works. If I just do standing room only, or I'm an old person, I like a good chair. So I'll sit down at a punk show. Like I don't care. I'll do it.
Right.
So we're just trying to see what makes the most sense for accommodating people. And I
sure we can have our wallflower.
I like that he offered this, Tyler's like, hey, we should do this deal where if you buy, the fan bundle, you get all the merch plus a seat. So that's an option too.
Yeah, very cool.
So prayersofnature.com.
Prayersofnature.com. That's the place to go. Very, very good. We'll be the time goes so fast. We're approaching the top of the hour, so we'll begin to wrap up. But Kate, always wonderful to see you. Thank you so much for
thank you guys.
Oh, and you brought presents and
I brought a voodoo doll for you.
a voodoo doll.
Also, a shout out. Whose mom? Somebody's mom.
Yes,
That's
his
right.
mom.
That would be
Carol.
my mom with the banana cake.
Oh my God, I can
and
smell it.
Ginger molasses
We brought gifts.
cookies.
Yes.
Yeah,
It smells so good in the hallway.
yeah. We have to. We can't have any food in here, so we left it in the hallway. But yes, I
Everything is a tease.
I can even smell it, and I can't smell anything most of the time. But yeah. So we look forward to that.
That's
so
impressive.
So thank you, thank you, Tyler's
Thanks, Mom.
Absolutely, thank you
Hey,
so much.
Mom.
Thank you so much. We love it. But so thank you, and Aaron and Nick, wonderful to meet both of you. And
Pleasure.
Tyler, congratulations on everything that you're doing. I love the new single. Absolutely amazing. And thanks for playing for us today.
Yeah, thank you.
And we're going to close out the segment with another Darling Hill track that we were talking about a few minutes ago. Thank you all so much. And we will close out this segment with this. This is bus number 2, Darling Hill.
Once knew a boy, shock of blonde hair, freckles on his nose, and baby blue-eyed stare. Baby blue-eyed stare. I watched his fingertips play with the rain, one hand on his backpack, one on the school bus pane. We both felt things. We both felt things. We both felt things. We both felt things. School ride with sunshine. School ride with sunshine. School ride with sunshine. School ride was sunshine. Putting a full day of being told what to do. Just wanna get on and sit with you. I wanna play with you where the skies are blue. We both felt things. We both felt things. We both felt things. We both felt things. School ride with sunshine. My school ride with sunshine. My school ride with sunshine. My school ride was One of these days was not like the rest. Seat is empty, no fall vest. He was laid to rest. We all felt things. 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 School ride was great. School ride was great. Once knew a boy, shock of blonde hair, freckles on his nose, and baby blue eyes stare. Baby blue